What is going on, y'all? It is the Caveman back at it again with another video, and today is a sad yet happy day. Alex Smith announced his retirement on Instagram, and it was, quite frankly, one of the saddest yet happiest things I have ever watched. Like, I was just emotionally pulled into that video as Alex Smith spoke. He spoke over his story, everything he went through, everything that his story represents. It was honestly, I have no words. Like, I'm heartwarmed. Like, that was tough to watch, but it was happy to watch. I'm sad yet happy. Like I said, I don't know. I feel a couple different things. I love that. Like, he's touched so many different people, including myself. His story is something that will live on, not only in the football world, but just the world forever. Y'all know the drill. Before we get into it, Mott's applesauce. Can't go wrong with your applesauce. Your Mott's applesauce specifically. Can never go wrong with that. So yeah, I saw Alex Smith's retirement video, and I absolutely felt compelled to make a video myself and just talk about the impact that not only he's had on everybody, but on myself, and how he's inspired so many different people. I feel it's absolutely deserving to talk about what Alex Smith has done in his life, in his NFL career. I think it's absolutely imperative to recognize what Alex Smith has done, as a human being, not just as a football player, as a human being. It absolutely cannot go unrecognized. We really don't need to go through the timetable of the Alex Smith journey, but obviously in November of 2018, Alex Smith suffered one of the most horrific injuries ever to be had on a football field. It was the ugliest, grossest. It was hard to watch. Talk about hard to watch. I'm sure a lot of people didn't even lay eyes on it because they knew just how bad it actually was. And, you know, you all heard the stories, but, like, he was nearly getting his leg amputated. Like, after his injury, he's sitting there and, you know, they're, like, telling him, you need to we're going to have to amputate your leg. And he said, no, he wants to keep his leg. And he kept his leg. And then he went through all this intense rehab over 17 surgeries he needed to have to rehab his leg, to get it back to be able to walk, to be able to balance on it, to be able to use it as a regular leg. What Alex Smith went through, not only with the injury, but, you know, post-injury, all the rehab, all the surgeries, everything he had to go through. I can't imagine the amount of pain, agony, frustration he went through just trying to get back to being able to freaking walk, let alone play football. And he said that in the video, in his retirement video, he mentioned, like, I didn't even think about playing football again. I was just trying to, you know, focus on the fact that I might not even be able to walk again, let alone put on a helmet. And he was trying to just focus on, you know, doing everything he can to be able to go on walks with his wife, to be able to just play with his kids in the backyard. He was not thinking about football. But like he said in his video, you have to go watch the video anyway. But he just said it in the video, like, I got empowered when somebody threw a football in my hand. When he felt the touch of a football again, that is when he began to realize, like, I can do this. I have power. I'm going to do this. And he said he found a whole new motivation. And that is what the game of football does. And that's what any sport does for anybody. It just empowers them. What the game represents, it just empowers them to do things that you probably never thought you could do. And that is exactly what Alex Smith was saying. Somehow, by the grace of God, by the grace of Alex Smith himself, he was not even thinking about football. You know, the couple, you know, weeks or whatever it was after his injury, he did not have a single thought about playing football. He was just trying to focus on the fact that he just wanted to be able to walk again and use his leg like a normal leg. And then, like he said, he felt the touch of a football, and he was beyond motivated to not only walk again, but to once again strap on a football helmet to play in the NFL. Talk about something ridiculous. Talk about a certain amount of empowerment you need to go through. I can't even imagine that feeling. And I'm sure the painstaking process of trying to get back to having leg strength strong enough to be able to walk, but to also, you know, rely on your leg to play NFL football. Like, your legs are pretty damn important if you didn't know when it comes to football. You need to have strong ass legs. And obviously, the amount of shit he probably had to go through to make sure his leg just wouldn't snap when he's just standing, just playing football. He had to, oh my God, like, that had to be so ruthless and so horrible, but he did it. He fucking did it. So he gets hurt in 2018, and then, you know, 2 years later, we're now in 2020. On November 8th, Kyle Allen, the starting quarterback for the football team, goes down with an ankle injury. He's out for the season, and then Alex Smith is the next man up. He managed to get back with the squad. He practiced enough. He learned the playbook. He became the backup quarterback. Kyle Allen goes down, and Alex Smith goes in. Holy shit. You could feel, like, I remember watching that moment. I didn't see it live because I wasn't watching that game specifically, but I remember watching the moment, and he showed it in his retirement video of when he came in. I got goosebumps, especially in the retirement video. I felt chills. Like, I was like, wow, that is talk about surreal. That moment was absolutely surreal. And then obviously the rest is history. He helps the Washington football team get to the playoffs. Unfortunately, he got hurt with, I'm not sure what exactly the injury was, but he did get hurt and he was not able to play in the playoff game. But nevertheless, he was the reason why the Washington football team was able to make the playoffs. He definitely saved them because the quarterback situation there was not very good, and Alex Smith swooped in and saved the day on a leg that he never thought he would be able to walk on again. So this is the best, the greatest, the most improbable comeback by a singular player in all of sports, and I don't think anything will ever top it. I have personally seen a lot of different stories, movies, television shows about a character or a certain person overcoming improbable odds, and at the end of the story or whatever it may be, they're like, you could do anything you can, like if you just put your mind to it, and it's kind of like a cliche story. A lot of those stories are very cliche, but Alex Smith is the furthest from cliche. Alex Smith is real, he is honest, everything is truthful. He is motivated. He's strong. Alex Smith's story is absolutely remarkable, touching. Wow. I just personally felt it was absolutely worthy of talking about today. Obviously, it is a sad day, but it's also a very happy day. Alex Smith, he didn't even think about playing football, but I think once he felt the football again, he's like, I don't want everything I worked for to get to the NFL, everything I did to get in the NFL, I don't want it to end on terms that were not my own. I think that was probably a lot of the fight that he had in him. He wanted to end on his own terms. He wanted his career to end when he said so. And that's exactly what he did. He was able to battle back. He fought back. He got to play once again. He got to throw an NFL pass in an NFL regular season game, and he got to, end his career on his own terms. That is the ultimate fulfillment story, the ultimate story of, like, there's nothing that beats the Alex Smith story. Let's be real here. I know there's a lot of stumbling and just kind of rambling in this video about the whole thing, but I just wanted to make a video just talking about how important it is to acknowledge Alex Smith and what he has done. It's just so imperative to acknowledge Alex Smith, and that is exactly what I wanted to do as he announced his retirement on Instagram today. Just knowing the inspiration that he has had to me and so many different people, I had to acknowledge it because that is absolutely what he deserves. But anyway, if you have any thoughts, leave them down in the comments below. I want to know how Alex Smith has inspired you. Other thoughts you may have, leave them down in the comments below. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. If you want to hit the bell to be notified when I upload, I would appreciate that. If you want to go over to Twitter, follow me over there. I would appreciate that as well. But I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.